In the last video, we talked about the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. So let's say you decide, I'm sick of being a slow laner. How do I start going on the fast lane? Well, the great news is that the fast lane isn't a destination, it's a path. So that means even if you are the biggest sidewalker that ever lived, you could change the way you do things right now and immediately become a fast laner. The opposite is true as well. I was the biggest sidewalker last night. I watched 3 X-Men movies, but today I'm as productive as ever. Here are 3 fast lane concepts: the law of affection, control, and execution. The law of affection says that in order to be super wealthy, you have to either affect a lot of people, scale, or affect people a lot, magnitude. For example, if I was a YouTuber with 10 million subscribers, I will affect a lot of people. You being a viewer, you don't have to really commit to much. As long as my videos are worth 5 minutes of your time, that's enough of a reason for you to watch it. People spend hours watching videos of trees getting blown up, for God's sake. So even if I make 2 cents for every 10,000 views, I'll still make money since my reach is huge. Now let's say I create prosthetic limbs instead. I won't have 10 million people interested in my product, hopefully, but each person who is interested will be willing to invest a lot more than what's required to watch a funny YouTube video. They'll even spend $50,000 to buy a prosthetic leg from me. And yes, some prosthetic legs actually cost that much. In this case, scale was small, but the value I offer, the magnitude, to each person who buys my leg is tremendous. The aim is to maximize both the scale and magnitude. If I was a YouTuber with 10 million subscribers, in order to increase magnitude, I could create something super valuable to my audience, like a book that only I could write, and then sell it for 10 bucks. If I sold prosthetic limbs, maybe I could use the same technology to make prosthetic arms as well, increasing reach. No pun intended. The second concept is control. Not too long ago, there was an article in the newspaper of a business owner losing her business in a matter of weeks. Let's call her Maria. She ran a local massage parlor, and it was the most popular massage parlor in the city. The large mall in the city went through renovations one day, and they decided to take out the ads. Over the next couple of months, her number of clients dropped over 80%, and she had to close down her business. In that example, the majority of Maria's profits were dependent on something that's not entirely under her control. If she knew that 80% of her customers were recruited from that specific mall ad, she could have found a way to create more control in her business, avoiding the situation altogether. Is your business based on another business that's not directly under your control, such as YouTube or eBay? Is the majority of your profits coming from one source? For example, could a change in Google search algorithms take out most of your sales? Don't get me wrong, YouTube and eBay are great tools to help new businesses because it provides access to customers without having to use money advertising. My plant business actually started off in eBay. But as your business grows, moving past platforms like eBay becomes a big step forward. The third concept is execution. My dad always wanted to start his own business. I've seen him read business books from time to time. This one year, he focused the majority of his time on reading. He would tell me how he wants to start a business, but doesn't know what type of business to start. He would also tell me stories about how much he admired his cousin because he had amazing business ideas. Till this day, neither my dad nor his cousin has started anything yet. The lesson we can learn from this is an idea is nothing without execution. Just like my dad, a lot of people learn but don't execute. When we take action, we learn a lot of things that we don't from books. A lot of the times, it takes experience to create a better understanding of the things we read. Just like the law of affection, where wealth is dependent on two factors, magnitude and scale, learning is a combination of experience and knowledge. The best results come from a balance of the two. If we start a business with no prior knowledge of it, our chances of making a big mistake is a lot higher. Sure, we'll learn a lot from it, but we pay a bigger price, one that could have easily been avoided if we read a Business 101 book. On the other hand, if all we do is read but don't take action, that's all that we're going to accomplish. Just like my dad and his cousin, once they do start taking action, they'll encounter the same problems as someone who decided to take action immediately. Those were the three concepts I found very important when it comes to living life in the fast lane. But honestly, there are over 20 other key concepts in this book. Perhaps I will cover some more in the future, but in the meantime, check out my other videos. If you enjoyed this, you'll enjoy those as well. Click subscribe, it's free, and I'll see you next week.